Aeterna Noctis is an absolute hidden gem that deserves your attention if you're a fan of Metroidvania games. Right from the start, the game hooks you with its breathtaking hand-drawn visuals, creating a sprawling world that's both beautiful and deadly. The game's non-linear design allows you to explore its vast interconnected map, discovering new areas and abilities as you progress. Aeterna Noctis is packed with challenging platforming segments that will test your reflexes, and the combat is fluid, keeping you on your toes as you battle against a wide array of foes. The story, centering on the eternal battle between light and darkness, adds layers of intrigue that will keep you engaged throughout your adventure. Every corner of the world feels alive, drawing you deeper into its lore, and the bosses are unforgettable, each one offering a unique challenge that forces you to adapt and learn. If you're looking for a game that balances challenge, exploration, and storytelling in a near-perfect way, Aeterna Noctis is a must-play. Grime is a dark, atmospheric Metroidvania that will pull you into its strange, surreal world with its strikingly unique art style and challenging gameplay. From the moment you pick up your controller, you're thrown into a universe where everything around you is alive and often dangerous. Grime's combat system is unlike any other in the genre, with the ability to absorb enemies to gain their powers. This adds a strategic layer to every encounter, forcing you to think on your feet and approach each enemy with caution. The world is a twisted, organic landscape filled with grotesque enemies and bizarre environments, each more unsettling than the last. The platforming segments are equally tough, requiring precision and patience as you make your way through the labyrinthine world. But it's the mystery of the world itself that keeps you hooked, as you slowly uncover the secrets behind its strange, pulsating life forms. Grime's unique aesthetic and inventive mechanics make it one of the most memorable and engaging Metroidvanias out there. Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights, pulls you in with its hauntingly beautiful world, only to leave you hooked by its deep, emotionally resonant story, set in a world consumed by an endless rain that has turned its inhabitants into undead horrors. You play as Lily, a young priestess guided by spirits of fallen knights. The game's atmosphere is heavy with sorrow and decay, yet there's a strange beauty in its ruins. What makes Ender Lilies stand out in the Metroidvania genre is its combat, which is more deliberate and strategic than fast-paced. You summon the spirits of the knights to fight for you, each one offering a different style of combat, from ranged attacks to heavy, crushing blows. The game's boss fights are some of the best in the genre, each one offering a unique challenge that pushes your combat skills to the limit. The melancholic soundtrack and beautifully designed environments enhance the experience, making every step of the journey feel significant. Ender Lilies isn't just a great Metroidvania, it's a haunting, emotional experience you won't forget. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is a masterclass in how to create a Metroidvania that feels both emotionally powerful and mechanically brilliant. From the first moment you step into its vibrant, hand-painted world, Ori's journey captivates you with its stunning visuals and heart-wrenching story. The game's platforming is incredibly tight, with fluid, responsive controls that make navigating Ori's world feel like a dream. The vast interconnected map is filled with secrets to discover and abilities to unlock, encouraging you to backtrack and explore every nook and cranny. Combat is a highlight, with Ori's new melee abilities adding depth to the gameplay making every battle a delicate balance between agility and aggression. The boss battles are larger than life, demanding both precision and quick thinking. What makes Ori truly special, though, is how it blends its emotional narrative with gameplay in such a seamless way. It's not just a game, it's an experience that will leave you thinking about it long after the credits roll. Astalon, Tears of the Earth might not be the most well-known title in the Metroidvania genre, but it's one that will surprise you with its depth and creativity. The game draws you in with its retro-inspired pixel art, but it's the innovative mechanics and tight-level design that keep you playing. You control 3 different heroes, each with their own unique abilities, and must switch between them to navigate the game's labyrinthine tower. The interplay between these characters is what makes Astalon stand out. Each hero's abilities complement the others, and you'll need to use them strategically to overcome the game's puzzles and enemies. The world of Astalon is filled with secrets, hidden passages, and powerful upgrades that keep exploration rewarding and exciting. The difficulty ramps up as you progress, but every challenge feels fair and surmountable with the right strategy. If you're a fan of old-school games with modern twists, Astalon offers a fresh take on the Metroidvania formula that's both challenging and highly rewarding. Infernax delivers a brutal, blood-soaked Metroidvania experience that's as satisfying as it is challenging. The game pays homage to classic 8-bit action games, with its pixelated graphics and punishing difficulty, but it also adds modern twists that make it feel fresh. Right from the start, Infernax hooks you with its dark medieval world and over-the-top gore. You play as a knight returning to his homeland, only to find it overrun by demonic forces. The game's combat is tough but fair, with a variety of weapons and spells at your disposal to slay your enemies in increasingly gruesome ways. What sets Infernax apart from other games in the genre is its morality system. Your choices throughout the game affect the world around you, leading to multiple endings. Whether you choose to be a righteous hero or a ruthless villain, Infernax gives you the freedom to shape your adventure. It's a game that doesn't hold your hand, but the rewards for persistence are well worth the effort. Record of Lodoss War. Deedlit and Wonder Labyrinth is a Metroidvania that feels like a love letter to fans of both the genre and the classic anime it's based on. The game's fluid, action-packed combat is reminiscent of classics like Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, but with its own unique spin. Deedlit, the protagonist, can switch between 2 elemental spirits, Sylph and Salamander, to gain different abilities and adapt to various enemies and environments. This mechanic keeps combat engaging and dynamic, as you'll constantly need to adjust your strategy on the fly. The game's pixel art is absolutely gorgeous, bringing the fantasy world of Lodoss to life in stunning detail. Exploration is key, with hidden rooms and powerful upgrades waiting to be discovered throughout the labyrinthine map. Record of Lodoss War combines fast-paced action with intricate level design, creating a Metroidvania that feels both nostalgic and fresh. Blasphemous grabs your attention with its dark, grotesque aesthetic, but it's the deep, challenging gameplay that will keep you hooked. The game's world is drenched in religious symbolism and body horror, creating an atmosphere that feels oppressive and haunting. As the penitent one, you must navigate this twisted, nightmarish landscape, battling horrifying creatures and solving cryptic puzzles. The combat in Blasphemous is brutal and unforgiving, but also incredibly rewarding. Every strike feels weighty, and timing your attacks, blocks, and dodges is crucial to survival. The world is vast and interconnected, filled with secrets to uncover and terrifying bosses to defeat. What sets Blasphemous apart is its rich lore, which is woven into every aspect of the game, from the environments to the enemies to the items you find. It's a dark, challenging journey, but one that's deeply satisfying for those who can brave its horrors. Salt and Sanctuary is often described as a 2D Souls-like, and for good reason. The game takes the punishing combats and intricate level design of the Souls series and translates it beautifully into a 2D Metroidvania. From the moment you set foot in its dark, foreboding world, Salt and Sanctuary grips you with its brutal difficulty and deep combat system. Every enemy encounter feels dangerous, and bosses are a true test of your skills. Exploration is key, with a sprawling map filled with shortcuts, secrets, and powerful upgrades. The game's minimalist storytelling leaves much to be uncovered through environmental clues and item descriptions, rewarding players who pay close attention. Despite its difficulty, Salt and Sanctuary never feels unfair. Every death is a learning experience, and every victory is hard-earned. It's a game that will challenge you, frustrate you, and ultimately leave you feeling accomplished when you conquer its many trials. Hollow Knight has become a modern classic in the Metroidvania genre, and for good reason. From the moment you step into the beautifully hand-drawn world of Hallownest, you're drawn into its deep, mysterious lore and tight, responsive gameplay. Hollow Knight's world is vast and interconnected, filled with secrets to discover, tough enemies to fight, and a wide variety of abilities to unlock. The combat is simple yet satisfying, with every swing of your nail feeling precise and impactful. The game's difficulty ramps up as you progress, especially in its challenging boss fights, but it's always fair, rewarding players for learning enemy patterns and honing their skills. What makes Hollow Knight truly stand out is its sense of atmosphere. The hauntingly beautiful world is brought to life with stunning visuals, a mesmerizing soundtrack, and a rich, subtle narrative that invites you to piece together its mysteries. It's a game that will challenge you, frustrate you, and ultimately leave you in awe of its depth and beauty.